Welcome everyone to another episode of the Danso Pitch Podcast. I'm your host, Charles Danso. I want to thank my listeners for tuning in from Spotify, Apple Podcasts, as well as our YouTube viewers at the Danso Pitch. Make sure to follow, like, subscribe, and comment and share with your family, friends, and co-workers of today's episode. So moving into today's episode, what I wanted to cover was an ongoing question that a lot of friends, family, some of my co-workers, even peers, discuss, and that is getting into being an entrepreneur. A lot of times people get the term entrepreneur misconstrued. In today's episode, I'm going to cover all the ins and outs of entrepreneurship. Basically, things that an entrepreneur should be available or aware of. And if you're not aware of, maybe entrepreneurship may not be for you. As an entrepreneur, you usually have to wear many hats. You're the face, you're the marketer, you're the brand or content manager, you're the financer a lot of times, you're an accountant in some aspect, as well as just being the overall, the go guy or the woman. If you're not the person that's able to be the energy person for yourself or your team, then your business won't be successful. But we'll get more into that as I discuss and break down this episode. But alternatively, what I also want to highlight in today's episode is for those that may have a business, may not be seeing the success early on, that's okay. If I do mention a lot of these points I'm going to go over in a little bit, that doesn't necessarily mean that should deter you from considering yourself an entrepreneur or a business owner. And a lot of times, just because you have to wear many hats doesn't mean you can't be an individual that can assist in putting on a hat for a fellow entrepreneur. This could be someone you're in business with, someone you may be thinking about starting a business with, or yourself. If you need assistance, having someone that could kind of wear the hat for you in certain areas you may need help in. Again, I want to cover all these points and many more. So let's get right into it. I want to highlight some fun facts for you guys, and that is facts of entrepreneurship. Over 50% of all businesses fail after 5 years in the United States exclusively. 40% of startup failures are due to a bad fit, followed closely at 38% from lack of time and involvement. So for anybody that may be listening who may consider themselves an entrepreneur or business owner, a lot of times your business, probably 5 out of 10 times, won't be successful. Again, there's a lot of ins and outs that go into building a business. It's not just building a business and then that's it. You have to maintain your business, grow your business, be one with your business. Again, like I mentioned early on, as an entrepreneur, you're wearing many hats. So a lot of times you may not have the time or luxury as other individuals that may not have other businesses or other side hustles that they have outside of their 9-to-5 job. That's okay. Like I mentioned, if this is something that you want to get into, just understand what you're fully getting into. And that's what I, Charles Danso, want to highlight. Now, a lot of people may ask that may be listening, what do I know about entrepreneurship? Just to give a little quick history for myself, I've managed, originally it was Danso Financial Group, now Danso Solutions, for the last 5 to 6 years. What we do is design service. What we do is also financial literacy education. Now, through this steps that I've mentioned of building my own business, I've had employee turnover. I've spent more than I had to a lot of times that I wanted to. I've also worn many hats. Like I mentioned, I've created content for my various social media pages. I've tried to hire some staff and not hire staff we'll get into that in a little bit. Also, just kind of understand the legal aspects that I have to incorporate my business under, protection my business, and so many others. So again, like I mentioned, I may not necessarily say that I myself am an entrepreneur, although I do consider myself that, and many others may consider me that. But what I can give you guys is kind of a knowledge that I've been able to gather, as well as some other people that I personally know that have seen success and not seen success in their business. To build these points out, I want to mention to you guys as to why entrepreneurship may not be for you. Let's get into the first one. If you're someone that likes to stay in your comfort zone and consider yourself an entrepreneur, that can be something that can hinder you in the success or growth of your business or businesses. Let me explain why. As an entrepreneur, no two days are the same. A lot of times you may have to client face one day, you may have to create content the next day, you may have to hire staff the third day, you may have to travel the next day, you may have to work on your business plan or try to protect your business another day. Again, no 2 days are the same as an entrepreneur. If you're someone that likes to stay in your comfort zone, that could mean that you only work on one thing and you take a long time doing that. That can hinder your business or the success of your business, especially considering yourself you're an entrepreneur. Because an entrepreneur wears many hats, as mentioned. You're going to have to do various things just in a week's time, not even a month's time. In a week's time, you have to do various things each day. And again, the time is not necessarily a factor in the entrepreneur world. What do I mean by that? That means that if you're planning to go to sleep at 10 p.m., one day you may end up going to sleep at 12 or 1 a.m. That's just the crux of the matter, because again, you're doing so many things. And remember, you're in competition with other people that are trying to do the same thing as you, as well as even better. If they may have more money than you, they may have more connections, etc., etc. So you're in a competition with various other people. So you have to kind of do something that separates yourself from the pack. This is where staying in your comfort zone can hinder you as an entrepreneur. So remember, as an entrepreneur, no 2 days are the same. Every day presents a new challenge, but it's up to you to be confident, understand that if you're not finishing one thing, maybe hiring someone that could assist you or having someone in place that can kind of handle one side of the business while you handle the overall is very important. This is why teamwork is important. Having the right team around you is very crucial. Number 2, thinking it's a quick path to money. If you have a business, understand about 90% of the time, you're not going to see revenue in the first year. And if you do see revenue, it's going to be very little. That means how much money your business will be making. If you're starting a business just to make quick money, that means you're self-employed. That does not make you an entrepreneur. Remember that. If you're in business just to make quick money, that makes you self-employed. That does not make you an entrepreneur. The reason being is, again, you're dealing with getting your brand out. So you need people that believe in you, believe in your vision overall and your business. And that takes time. You have to build a rapport with your audience. And that means that you have to build out content. You have to meet with different individuals, host events, etc., etc., etc. So remember, I mentioned no 2 days are the same. That also can apply in a lesser extent to you making money. You won't make money quickly starting a business out or being an entrepreneur. A lot of times you have to give up more money than you're going to make. But if you do stay the course, you do stay patient, you will start to see success in your business. I didn't start seeing money really coming in my business, and I'm still building it out, and I'm already approaching year 6 of this thing that I'm doing. I didn't start seeing revenue. I did not make $1 until year 3. I spent more money than I even started making in my business in year 3. And I'm still dealing with just trying to figure out different things, different crux within my business to fix or even make better, enhance. So remember, in business, especially as an entrepreneur, it is not a quick way to make money. You probably won't see money for the first year or 2 of your business. And if you're someone that is not interested in it and just wants to make money, then you just get a secondary job. That does not make you an entrepreneur because you're not willing to necessarily make the sacrifices necessary to grow your business as well as your audience, which is basically your revenue stream, is your clients or your audience. Very important. The next one, procrastination. If you can't manage your time effectively, you're bound to fail as an entrepreneur. I believe having a spreadsheet, an agenda in place before the day even starts is very important as an entrepreneur. Because again, You have to meet deadlines as an entrepreneur. You don't have time to procrastinate and say you're going to put it off, this and that. Because end of the day, yes, it is your business or businesses. But like I mentioned early on, you're in business with other businesses competing for the same goal that you want. That is either clients that is getting more of your products or services out. So you don't really have the time to say that I'm going to put this off next week or the following week. If you're someone that is in business with an entrepreneur, if you're an entrepreneur yourself, if you have a client that's asking for a website done at this time, I'm just using my example from my business, but whatever business that you do, if you have orders due, if you have products to do, if you have to hire individual staff at a certain date and time, if you have to finish this project out at a certain date and time, you make sure you finish it. Because deadlines is what separates a successful business from a non-successful business, especially as an entrepreneur, because early on, you're going to have to make more sacrifices than you get successes. Remember, the beginning of entrepreneurship, you will have to make more sacrifices than you see successes. That does not mean that down the line you will not see success. I do believe if you stay the course, you will, but it is a hard road to travel, especially being an entrepreneur. So if you're someone that is really not really into this every day, you're not really feeling it, you don't really get the energy every day to get up and love what you do of working on your business, building your business or businesses, then this is not for you. And I'm someone that's here to tell you that. That does not mean that you can't work for someone that does see the vision, that does have the work ethic to help build out their vision or idea for themselves, as you playing a big or major role in that for them. All entrepreneurs need a team. They need individuals to wear their hats for them sometimes, especially as the business grows. That's where you can come into play if you're someone that you're not willing to sacrifice the hours. Maybe you don't want to get up at 6, 7 o'clock. You don't prefer to wake up at that time and you have a busy schedule. Then entrepreneurship may not be for you. But again, that doesn't mean you can't have a business. You can't have someone in place that can assist you in building out your idea, your vision that you have, or helping someone in that aspect. Moving right along. The next one. You don't know how to create a marketing strategy. I think this is the most important thing as an entrepreneur. Having a marketing strategy in place. You have to have a marketing strategy in place as an entrepreneur. What does that look like? You have to be on social media, especially in this day and age. If you have any type of business, especially a startup business, you have to get the face of your business out there to the people. If you're someone that says, oh, I don't really like social media, I don't really like going to events, I don't really like promoting this and that, your business will not see success, your business will not see growth, and you won't get clients. That means your business isn't making money. If your business isn't making money, especially as an entrepreneur, your business will not be successful or succeed in 2 to 3 years. So remember, having a marketing strategy in place is very important. What does a marketing strategy basically mean? That means that you have something that is key, that people can really distinguish your brand from other brands, that especially being in the same scope. So what do I mean by that? Amazon and Walmart and Costco are all kind of in the same boat when it comes to having products in place, having a wholesale place in order where people can go to, people can order things from them, but each one does things a little different. That's what comes into play. You have Amazon Prime. You have Walmart that does their thing. You have Costco that has their thing in wholesale. All these things distinguish each company exactly from what they do and what makes them specifically successful. So that's very important, audience. If you're someone that, again, like I mentioned, does not have a marketing strategy in place for your business, that means that people can't distinguish your business. People don't know about your business. People don't know why exactly you're in business to begin with. You won't be successful. Your business will not be successful. You need a brand strategy or marketing strategy in place to build out your business. And if you're someone that sees that as something that's kind of a burden, you don't really want to deal with that, that is part of entrepreneurship. So that may mean that may not be the route that you're willing to go right now. But like I mentioned, I'm going to keep mentioning, does not mean that should deter you from not trying or having someone hire a social media manager or consultant, hire somebody, an intern, whoever, that can kind of just balance that for you or help build it out for someone else. Next one. Number 5, you can't think of any problems to solve. This is the most crucial to me because I deal with this on a daily basis. Business owners listening, if you're listening from YouTube, hi. If you're listening from Spotify or Apple, hello. Your business should solve a problem. It doesn't matter what career path you're choosing with your business. Doesn't matter whether your business does graphic design. Doesn't matter whether you're an event planner or a caterer. Doesn't matter whether you sell beauty products, hair care products. Doesn't matter if you're a barber. It doesn't matter. What problem is your business solving? Why is your business there to solve what world problem? Let me explain what I mean. I stayed on Apple and Amazon, okay? And so Apple and Amazon solve two problems right now in the world for two different reasons. You have Amazon Prime, quick shipping. You have their B2C clientele, which is the business to customer. You can go online at Amazon and order pretty much a plethora of things at a fast rate and get them quickly to you. That is solving a world problem. Apple, what does Apple solve? Enhanced technology through their phones, their laptops, their MacBooks, etc., etc., etc. Apple keeps building products out. They have a system in place that is able to solve a problem with communication, with technology, etc., etc., etc. Now focusing on you, business owner, what world problem or what problem more so is your business solving? If your business is not solving a problem, then again, you have to reevaluate what are you doing with your business and what is your service really trying to do? This is very important. Before you even start your business, ask yourself, what am I solving with bringing out this product or service within my business? I mentioned the various companies, I mentioned the various industries that solve different problems for whatever the case is. You have to think of that as a business owner. Very important. Number 6, you make lots of plans but don't act. A lot of people think making a business plan means that you're starting a business. This is incorrect. You can plan to go to the gym every day this week, but unless you go, is it really considered a workout? No. Planning means nothing without action. What does that basically mean? You make a lot of plans but don't act. That means that you always say that I'm going to do this, let's do this, let's go here, let's do that. But it never really happens, or what you speak into fruition never really trickles down to yourself as well as your team. That's important. If you as an entrepreneur are telling yourself that you have to do this at this certain time, I mentioned deadlines. This is due at a certain time. Make sure that's executed at that exact date and time. You don't have the luxury to procrastinate. You don't have the luxury to put it off until next week, next month, next year. If you say that you have something that's due, if you say you have to plan something out and execute it at that time, make sure you're doing that. Number 1, you're in competition with various other people in the same industry. I can't stress that enough, as you. Number 2, there's people that are waiting on you. Whether you know it or don't know it, there's people out there, whether with your product or service or your idea that you have for your business, that wants to learn more about it or wants to get in business with you. But they won't know that unless you actually bring it out to the masses. So executing at a specific deadline that you have set in place to push out whatever you're pushing for your business is crucial. So if you make a plan, you have to act on it as an entrepreneur. And if you think to yourself, audience, let's think for a second. if you're someone, imagine that you have a business audience, and let's say that you keep telling yourself or your team members that let's push it till next week. Let's do it at this time. Oh, we'll take care of it down the line, whatever the case is. Think about what that does to the morale of not only more so your business, but the potential audience that you can garner. So let's say that you have a phone company coming out. Instead of it, and you announce it to people and you say it's supposed to be coming out December, but something happens and you push it to January. Something again happens, you push it to March, etc., etc. And let's say somebody is able to come up with the idea you thought of and executes it at the exact date that they said that they were going to announce it, which was in January. Right there, you lost money because you now have people that may have been your potential clients or your audience now focused on the individual that was able to actually plan out and execute the plan of action that he or she had at the exact date that he or she said he would have this phone out. He or she would have it out at this specific month, day, or time, etc., etc., etc. You make a lot of plans. You have to execute it as an entrepreneur. And the last one, as an entrepreneur, you can't be everybody's friend. That's impossible. Business is not about making friends. It's about fixing a problem, making your money, and building out yourself, your revenue, your team, etc., etc., etc. Friendship, you can have friends in business, but not everybody is friendly in business. That's very important. You will have to fire people. You will have to hire people. You will have to go into legal battles with people. You will lose a lot of money in this thing that we call small business building. You will cry a lot of nights. You will struggle a lot of nights. You will be broke a lot of days, weeks, months. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. As an entrepreneur, this is what you're going to have to deal with early on. People that usually are on social media, you see success with their business as entrepreneurs, they will tell you 9 out of 10 times the struggles they had early on before they got to where they are. A lot of times where they had to sacrifice eating out a lot of times. The fact that they had to sleep on people's couches, people's floors, etc., etc. Now, I'm not saying you have to, this isn't the pursuit of happiness. Everybody has their own style as to where they get to in success in their life, But you will have to see struggle before you see success. You will make enemies in this business world. That's just the part of life. Again, if you're someone that's very not thick-skinned, you're very closed-minded, you want to be everybody's friend, business, entrepreneurship is not for you. Because like I mentioned, being an entrepreneur doesn't make you popular. You will hire and fire staff to working with business partners you may not necessarily get along with. But the end goal is the success of your business, the success of the business for your team. If you have team members out there, entrepreneurs out there, if you have a business, make sure you have a team. You will not get to the end of the tunnel. You won't get to the finish line without having a team in place. Always have a team. Have people smarter than you. I think as the face of a company, you should work with people smarter than you. That's how you bounce ideas off each other. Or have people that are committed, people that are focused. And if you have friends or family and they're not doing this, fire them. Hire the right people that can do what you need to get done to see the success for yourself and better yet, your audience, your clients. Think about that. If you're not giving 110% for something that you generally say that you love, you will do anything for, the success for, why not make sure you have all your ducks in a row? You have everything in place, that you don't have anything trickle down that can mess you up, mess your business up, mess your money up, most important. That's why, like I mentioned, you will not get along with everybody in this business world. And that's okay. But end of the day is the end goal is for yourself to see success of your business, see success for your team, whether that be whoever it is, and overall your clients. And very important. So audience, I've given you guys the blueprint of what I feel that if, as an entrepreneur, these things that you should be wary of. And if you're someone that currently right now, you're dealing with a lot of this where you feel like maybe, again, you're staying in a comfort zone. You think this is a quick way to make money for yourself. You procrastinate a lot of times with whatever you have to do within your business. You don't know how to create a right marketing strategy. You can't think of any problems to solve. You make a lot of plans but don't really act on it, and you get along with everybody, which is impossible, like I mentioned. Then I think it's important to reevaluate or reassess what you have to do as an entrepreneur. And if that's something that you may struggle in right now, hire the right people that can help you out. Very important. Hiring the right people, hiring the right staff is important. Look at all the successful people. They have somebody in place that was able to help them out, help to assist them, help to grow their business, make it the successful businesses that they are today. So again, like I mentioned, this is the blueprint I wanted to give to you all. And I hope that if you are thinking about starting a business, if you are ever in business right now and you feel like you're not doing enough, maybe this episode, a takeaway is what you can do better or who you can bring along to help you fix certain things that you need to fix or reassess to make your business a success. All my entrepreneurs out there, you know the road gets tougher. It will get tougher. It will get harder. I myself go through it daily from a financial, mental, physical standpoint a lot of times. But the end goal is to see the success of your business for your clients, yourself, your family overall, whoever in your life is important, you hold near and dear. Again, this episode, like I mentioned, is episode 51. Entrepreneurship is not for everyone. This will be available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, as well as YouTube. Make sure to check us out as well. We will be covering our exclusive content in the coming week on Patreon, which will be discovering different tax write-offs you can actually use for your business. We're going to have an in-depth conversation on this. I hope you guys that are listening to this episode can also tune into our Patreon episodes. Show your support. That's at the Danso Pitch. That's DANSO Pitch. Again, that's DANSO Pitch. Again, my name is Charles Danso. I am the creator of the Danso Pitch Podcast, as well as our main entity, the Danso Solutions. We do website design, logo design, financial literacy education, business planning, anything that you need as a small business. We're building out for you guys, and we're going to have more products, more services for you all. For my entrepreneurs out there, the road will get challenging. It will be a lot of obstacles, tongue twister, that you will have to deal with. But if you stay the course, you will see success at the finish line. I hope you guys have a lovely week. Stay safe. Again, my name is Charles Danso. It's been a pleasure hosting with you today. I hope to see you guys on our Patreon and future episodes. Peace.